My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We're entering the sluice with an amorous and a suspicious relationship on board. This, of course, being our run where we're attempting to feature the Yellow Hand path for the Highwaymen.
Tread carefully and quickly. This is swine country.
As well as a frontline occultist in Ballard and Willow, respectively. The sluice doesn't have any mapping, so we're just going to be wandering forwards and hoping to gain some extra value out of this free zone that we get to go to. Alright, Ballard, who do you have a better relationship with? You have an awful relationship with Victor. Alrighty then. Victor is going to be the person to send us into this battle. Maybe I just give up on their relationship. Swine Skulker at the very front. 2 tokens of dodge. Maybe I try and steal those. Actually, no, I'm just going to start by trying to take out the carrying eater first.
You may outwit them yet.
It's probably the least threatening of the enemies on board. Does it have good moves from the very back position? Yeah, it does. It can still munch from there.
As it is.
So I do want to do damage to it, but at the same time, maybe I chaotic offering and actually set up for a bit of a longer fight here. Ooh, I got dazed as the random effect there. I'm not very pleased about that. I'm going to set up the Consecration of Fortitude because that still has a chance to act before the end of the turn. Whereas another might not. Nice, so Pride activates, giving us a block plus token here for Victor. I'm heavily incentivized to use Rampart relatively consistently here, as it gives a 10% heal to Willow, who does need a little bit of extra HP. Also, nice! So this is something that we were preparing for in the end of the last episode. We specifically lowered the speed of Victor, our man-at-arms, back down to 2, after it was increased by feeding him with food. Feeding him with food. Because of the corpse light modifier that we have. And because he now has 2 or less speed, whenever he's hit, he has a 20% chance to gain an extra action. I almost want to throw a shield backwards instead now with the defender. Get 2 more block tokens for myself, also start displacing attacks from our second line. And, you know, the more the man-at-arms is attacked, the more likely I am to get... Oh, nice, crit. Ooh, although we get dazed for it. Another crit response? Good lord.
The slow suffering begins.
Even when Ballard's not taking a turn, he's still taking a turn. Consecration of Light will activate before the end of the round. This is great. We're going to have 3 Divine Grace tokens next time we get back to Abattoth's turn. Oh, I get an action after myself here as well. Neat. I want to set up anything for myself. Do I really have any ability to set up things for myself? Do I Bellew? Honestly, I really feel like it's probably just Rampart twice.
Excellent work.
Nice crit. Oh, and a second turn activating. That's another conviction charge. It's not called Divine Grace. Oops. That's another conviction charge for Abattoth in the background there. Alright, hold the Rampart. Yeah, fine with that. Good God! Ballard does not need to act to still be acting consistently. That said, has picked up a disease, the Oozes, a 15% chance at the start of each turn to gain 2 Blight. That said, I think that Blight will roll against our Resist as well. Amnesis. Do I do that now? I mean, there is a... Yeah, there is a stealth target there. I'd strike the front if I could, but I can't, so I'll try and bleed the big guy. Let's give you some judgment.
Empowered, emboldened.
I would, frankly, love to take a couple actions here to get some heals. Next time the pig sticker bleeds, they're already dead, and it's their turn at the start. Cool. Oh, bacon bits. Don't know what that achievement's for.
Threats await those who dare.
Probably resolving a certain amount of swine encounters or something like that.
Whispers.
Now, I did load up on combat items as well before I came in here, so I probably ought to have combo items on basically everyone. Clotting powders for the man-at-arms. Honestly, you probably want Willow to hold that, someone who is acting relatively early in the turn order. Laudanum. I'll give laudanum to the Vestal and then have Victor hold the healing salve so that I can heal near the end of a round, so that I can respond to what the enemies might have done over the course of that round. Alright, let's go. Yep, completely indistinct paths here. I'll take the left hand, I guess. Wisely scouted, says Willow. This place cannot be scouted. That's not allowed. Swine cash!
Waste. Best to take all you can.
Ooh, these are good. Oh, these are good. Turn start. If first in the turn order, a 66% chance to gain a crit token. On self, when using Duelist's Advance, lock position. Oh. I love it. We've also got a Tinker's Bench for producing contraption items, some Crow's Feet for bleeding an entire enemy party, wax inoculates. Looks all pretty good. Herballard. You are often first in the turn order, and I can amplify that with stimulating poultices later. Extra healing received from skills. I do want that to be on our man-at-arms, but I can't really put it on the man-at-arms. I guess the occultist is the next most likely to need it. So you'll take the Great Bouncer's Belt, and Abatoth, you can now take the Unwavering Standard instead. Do you want to receive less healing yourself, Abba? I mean, you are in the background consistently. Willow is increasingly getting stressed out, and I am eagerly awaiting the moment at which the character hits 5 stress, so that I can instantly remove it all.
Have some demonic spark of otherworldly intelligence.
I mean, it all in this instance means 2 stress. Its mind may yet be unbroken, cruel to leave it, or Abatoth, even if we must put it down, don't leave it in agony. Occultomaniac and Thanatophobic. I do need to cure both of Willow's negatives here, so I think taking a possibility of another negative might not be what we want to do. I think I'm going to go for the possibility of Abba picking up some positive quirks here. Compassionate and Torn Rotator Cuff. So Torn Rotator Cuff is not that much of a problem here. Negative 10% damage. Compassionate though, plus 10% to positive relationship chance. Ecstatic. I'm gonna get the single candle on offer by going left here instead. Oh, that breaks one of our wheels. So I've lost my bonus to road healing, but over the course of this road, I've already gotten Victor to full HP-ish? Full-ish HP? Mostly full HP. Good Lord, Ballard! The only person brave enough to take on this fight. Oh, this is such an amnesis fight.
The slow suffering begins.
So we'll start with a good old chaotic offering, get that amnesis ready by the next turn. Duelists advance. Hang on. Oh, it doesn't always give lock position. Interesting. How long do I think I'm going to be in this fight? I'm going to go Consecration of Fortitude. I think I'm in this fight long enough. Yeah, especially with the enemies having this many dodge tokens and invisibility tokens and obviously a corpse muncher.
But deadly all the same.
That's a lot of blight. 2 tokens so far. 4 for the next 3 turns. Don't love it. I do want to bellow at these enemies, so start off with that. They have so many dodge tokens. I would love to use them. Yeah, I'm gonna use Amnesis. Only one of them dodged. All of them got bled. Works for me. I'm gonna put Consecration of Light on the Highwayman's space, just so that it still activates by the end of this round. And sure, I've got no actual block tokens on my Man-at-Arms, so it feels like I really need a 1 at least.
A slow dissection.
Alright. In the vein of that corpse, Ragged Hook, and we respond. We don't get moved, but we do stun the enemy in response. Neat.
A promising development.
Ooh, Rat Skull paid off. The only way to actually really project this damage anywhere is to use another Duelist's Advance, getting to the very front line. Backline Swine Skulker is already dead. Frontliner is not, but cannot be targeted. Guess I'll roll Defender on the Vestal in the back line. And then I can give Taunt and Vulnerability to Abba. Actually, that seems reasonable. Take out all the corpses. Dang. I was really hoping they would have to hit the back line, but I guess they don't have anything from that position they can use. Do I want to take any extra time? Yeah, I guess the possibility that I can crit one of the enemies with a future attack. So use that for a sack stab. Then I can do some healing. Ah, that was the best chance we had. It's okay. Didn't need to do any better than that, frankly. Plus 15% damage with 3 speed, and the Sneaker's standard. Each hero on combat start has a chance to gain stealth, and at combat start they have a chance to also taunt if the light is high enough.
The loathing whispers.
Gotta make sure that if I get bear traps, I give them to Abatoth to distribute. As that is part of the mission of the Vestal. Ooh. We've officially found too much. I'm happy getting rid of both of the trinkets that we just found, frankly. Immediately and without question. Same with the Heartseeker and Disarming Dagger. I just don't really see them working into our future that much. Oh, good lord! There's a very nearby inn. Guess we didn't take that many battles?
The familiar hearth crackles invitingly once again.
Ooh. Abattoth! Wait, this is the Vestal. Plus 30% damage. If target HP is lower than 25%, plus 5% chance to crit them, and gain on hit vulnerability 15% of the time. Willow has become an amateur weaponsmith, 5% chance to just get crit at the start of each turn. That's incredible. And Victor has, if HP is lower than 50%, plus 20% damage. Reasonable. We've also picked up the signature in item of the Vestal, and that is the Holy Hymnal. I find this canticle particularly evocative. For the entire party, if you have a consecration on you, plus 25% max HP until the next inn. That's going to be pretty sick for the very final run. Discounted repairs, lower stagecoach item prices as well from the area we're in. Love it.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
Oh, there's a removal with a wild tea. It's also a whiskey barrel for Resolute. Ooh, Songbook of Touching Dirges to try and fix some of the relationships in our party again. And a Songbook of Amorous Ballads to fix them further. Oh, this is a lot of stagecoach stuff. So I'm looking for luxury, I believe. Tea service plus 6% to positive relationship chance is actually huge. Increased stacking for Candles of Hope by 4 per stack, and extra locations for them. I don't think I need the Collector's Chandelier, but I do think tea service would do as well.
The means of mastery. Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
Alright. In the inn... Where are we going to the next area, Rolla?
Everywhere in ruin. Everywhere in need.
Seeing Sphere. At turn end, convert vulnerability to unchecked power. Extra flame drain, but we need to keep the torch high in order to access that as well. Clearing out the lair in the shroud would give us an extra mastery point. And it wouldn't be that difficult in order to clear as well, because we do have the Man-at-Arms, who is just simply not going to be moved. Got a Faded Scrounger, Sprawl, Sluice. Oh, Sluice Tactician, that would make sense. Blood was doing relatively well in the area. Okay, we should probably start doing some things. I'm thinking that we will end up going to the Shroud. Extra creatures dens, oases, and field hospitals. Because the Seeing Sphere doesn't seem like it would be incredible for our occultist. Our occultist doesn't necessarily get vulnerability unless the enemy applies it to them. I guess blundering sometimes. But even then, it's only 1 unchecked power on turn 1, so I still need to gain more unchecked power before I can actually utilize it. And even then, I also still want to remove blundering at the first available opportunity. So I think, synthesizing all of that, that we will definitely be going to the Shroud.
The barnacled timbers of the coastal villages are sodden with salt
And
secrets.
I'll try and increase everyone's ability to resist debuffs in that area, because debuffs are flying fast and common. I want the tea service in order to...
The next stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
Complete my full luxury gear
Repaired
vehicle.
and refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
So that is plus 5% stress resistance per luxury gear item equipped. I have 4 of them. We also get plus 10% to positive relationship chance and another plus 6 from the tea service. I'm very enthused about the positive relationships we're going to be capable of generating here. I also want to try and remove Resolute if I could, because that would be a good way to get everyone to celebrate with a whiskey barrel, but maybe I just keep the whiskey barrel for a period of time and wait for another opportunity to remove Resolute later. Alright. I'm gonna get the songbooks. First things first. Oh. Of course they lost their only relationship with one another. I'd like this one to crit. It didn't. They got +3, Victor and Ballard there. A friendly relationship, a very friendly relationship. So very friendly relationship is all that's needed in order to get a 100% chance for a positive relationship. That's huge. I just need Ballard to be a lot friendlier with everyone, but Ballard is also resolute and a tippler, so it's very difficult to get Ballard to actually utilize friendly things. Ceremonial drum, extra move resist until the next inn. That wouldn't be a bad way of trying to prevent the occultist from being knocked out of position.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
Okay, Willow's lost blundering now. Excellent, excellent. So speeds up appropriately. Although with that extra speed, you're now consistently contesting Ballard's speed, who really wants to have Rat Skull active, which means that Ballard wants to act first. So I'm going to give Ballard a stimulating poultice to prepare them for the next area. I could use 2 calming incenses in order to just remove basically all of the stress currently on the board. Most of it, at least. I think I should make use of pretty much all relationship gaining tools that I can here. I'm gonna get
A bit of
2 whiskey drinks,
on the road
a vodka
to
drink,
damnation.
and 5 laudanum, maybe? Better stress management. Horror management matters a little in the next area, not a huge amount though. Actually, I might hold off on any further expenditure here. Okay. So, what's the worst relationship that I can fix with whiskey? Abba and Victor only need 3 whiskey. Willow and Victor only need 2 whiskey. Okay. Sort once more. Victor and Willow. And one more. There we go, above 17. That 17 now results in a 97% chance of a positive relationship. We've got a 65% chance of a negative relationship with Ballard from Victor, though. Head injury of Victor prevents using the boxing gloves on them, but Ballard, if you use these boxing gloves with anyone, it should be with Willow. Wow, it reduced your relationship. That... ugh, rude. Willow, do you have a disease at the moment? You don't. Why don't you inoculate yourself against one, because the area we're about to go into is rank with disease. As for anything else here, Burning Stars might be an idea. Especially for things like the lair fight, where I know I'm not going to be utilizing Demon's Pull. Yeah, there we go. I'll upgrade Blazing Stars for Willow. Burning Star, rather. And I think with that done, it's time to head out to the Shrood. Yep. Just running my quick mental checklist there. Amorous.
While the heart still beats, desire will never die.
Skyslap's donating a pick. Sacrificial Stab and Duelist Advance, each giving stress reduction to the other. Ooh.
Each covets what the other has, and plots to take it.
Crush has been locked in. Oh, I thought that... I thought it was going to split in, you know, positive relationships at the top, negative relationships at the bottom. So I thought seeing that envious relationship meant that we were going to have a negative relationship between our occultist and Vestal. Amnesis and Consecration of Fortitude. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, the worst outcome here really is that Crush is now locked in for our Man at Arms. Victor, I believe.
Propriety floats listless on the tide, brined in noxious degradation.
So here's an idea. If we take the right-hand side, we go into a lair, which then gives us an unknown before an oasis. So the ability to try and recoup. And clearing out the lair is an extra mastery, as well as the rewards we get for actually clearing out the lair itself. And we've specifically set up a... well, not specifically set up a full party, but... especially because... oh god, I'm gonna have to untag Rampart now. Oof.
We must keep moving.
But we've got a reasonable setup for preventing anyone being completely screwed by the Leviathan fight. It might not be the easiest fight of all time, because it's quite a tough fight. Makes sense, right? That's a good reason for it not to be easy. Probably the best reason. Fisherfolk. Ooh, Ballard, you're actually going to lead us into battle this time, not a coward. Strike before the bastards see us coming. +1 to speed and a damage token. Or rather, a speed token and a damage token. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I did get the crit from Rat Skull. Hell yeah. 14 damage is enough to kill the cabin boy in a single strike here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have anyone else act before their Wharf Rat, who has a crit token themselves. Oh well.
Let us hope to finish this quickly. The slow suffering begins.
Ooh, love a good riposte. At least you crit someone who had a defense token on him. I don't suspect we'll be in this fight long enough to use Chaotic Offering and then Burning Stars. No, that's incorrect. But I don't think I'll be in the fight long enough to consistently use Constitution. Consecration, rather. I'll roll Defender on the second liner. And Divine Comfort certainly seems like a good time here. 20? Yeah. Oh, I didn't get my crit token. I feel so entitled to it after 3 seconds. I'm immobilized. Why don't I just use another Duelist Advance instead of Open Vein here? It's more damage. It doesn't do the bleed, but it does set me up with another Apost token. Even gives me a dodge token. And it doesn't move me as well, importantly. There we go. Get waylaid and a price of pride in order to give some extra defense to that character. Great. Oh, no, Abba doesn't have any DOTs on her. All right, so Amnesis. It's 4 bleed. It's pretty big. 2 units are about to act? Okay. Hey, it died to the reverberating redoubt. And that looks like it's given our man-at-arms a... Wait. I was about to say, has the man-at-arms gotten an extra turn there? No, this is just the man-at-arms taking their turn for the round. Do I... Actually? Do I bellow at him? I think so. Oh, we did stun. Love it. So that unit in the front is already dead, and they are dead slowly. One of my favorite speeds for something to die. As is allows us much more time to try and exploit the fact that they ever existed. Okay. The enemies get no more useful actions this entire run. Willow, I can remove that bleed for you and put down a Consecration of Fortitude on our front line. I can get 10% extra health to Willow by using a defender there. Willow doesn't have any stress that I need to remove by doing any sort of action right now. That said, no great reason not to.
One less obstacle in our path.
And I just want to see what Burning Stars does.
A lesson taught is a
Sick.
lesson learned.
Sick. It's sick as hell. Minor Gilded Mind. Probably immediately going to drop that.
The loathing abates.
There we go. Here's our road fight before the assistance encounter that leads into the lair.
Stumbling and grasping. Shadows of what they once were.
Ooh, double ghouls. They're not really shadows of what they once were. The ghouls look like they've been working out non-stop since the end of DD. Let's use the highway road. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not allowing you to just have a crit token. That's mine now. Be glad I let you play with it in the first place. Boy, that's some horror. I'm going to use Laudanum to remove the horror as well as a stress from Barristan. Sorry, our man-at-arms at the front.
Slows.
Victor.
Sanity returns.
And seeing as the man-at-arms has not yet acted, I'll give them the Consecration of Fortitude, despite the fact that I know that, yeah, the impact of these enemies is mostly going to be in the horror field.
Cooperation is the key.
Bellowing. I'm going to redirect hits off of Abatoth, our Vessel in the back line. And this is mostly so that if the enemies attack, they are more likely to have to hit either the person who gets extra actions and deals damage to the characters that hit, or our Riposting Ballad.
A breakthrough.
Please don't just focus on the occultist here. That would be a bit of a nightmare, actually. Burning Stars ignores the enemy's block, so I think that's probably the best thing for us to use in this position. Although both of you bleed for 4 turns. Bleed for 3 turns. 12 damage to each. No, I'm honestly probably best served by just trying to take one character out early, especially if I just crit him for 27. So Burning Stars even sets up a combo on the enemy. Great riposte there, stunning! Stunning riposte there. Clenching claws. Oh my god. Love to see it. I almost just want to do Defender again for 10% extra HP. I'm not really getting much of a benefit from doing anything else right now. Consecration of Light in the second line. No, where's my crit token? Wah. I think I will use the duelist. Do I want to use the duelist advance right now, or do I want to take aim? Take aim. I would like to guarantee a couple of crits for the removal of my future and current, rather, stress, courtesy of the horrors. Also going to continue removing the horror from Victor, our man at arms at the front. There's a skull test, gets dodged a couple times over. I can combo with the combo that I left on the enemy in order to gain another unchecked power token, in order to do Burning Stars again, in order to give them another combo, in order to take that with another stab. So on and so forth. I'm gonna try and slow the enemies for the next round as well. Nice. Burning Stars can be used from position 3. So I think I will use a Duelist Advance here. Onto the Ghoul in the back line specifically as well. Because there we go, the Ghoul in the front line is a single Burning Stars away from being on the ground. And we judge him to death. May as well refresh that Defender, because it's not currently active. There, it's immediately useful. We'd love to be able to use Double Cross Saw. Well, I can Highway Robbery, take both of your defensive tokens here. Gimme! My block tokens.
Empowered, emboldened.
Just yell at them. Right, of course I don't have the ability to take out corpses anymore. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I'm gonna sack stab you for 21! Good lord. Down to Death's Door, giving him a weak token, and also improving the relationship of Willow and Amber in the back there. Stress has come to our hamlet, and is going to be released with a Duelist Advance.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats.
One mastery for a road fight. Was that a road fight? That was a room fight. Was that a road fight? That was a road fight. That was a road fight. Oh, yes. This is such a hungry build for mastery. And we've taken aggressive mastery paths, and we went to the sluice and all of these kinds of things. We're on a current aggressive
than holding out against it.
mastery path.
They are heroes.
Victor! You are a Fatus Scrounger. Surely, some useful items can be found if we look hard. We get extra items as well as extra torch. Love it. And you form a slightly better relationship with Ballard there. Healing salves and impermeable poultices. Time to head to the lair. Okay, noting that I am about to be in the lair, is there anything that I should do with our characters? There is a world where Courageous Abandon is a lot better than Bellow for the sake of the lair, as it gives me a tool that I can use to deal just a large amount of damage with the Man-at-Arms to try and close out a fight, to try and at least help us close out a fight. Willow, no, these feel like the right tags for you, Willow. Maybe Malediction, but the thing is the resistances of the Leviathan, and I believe this is correct. When the source of the DOT is dislocated from a character, so Malediction would give a debuff to the enemy that would provide the effect when damaged, chance to bleed, blight, or burn. When the effect is dislocated from the character, it is no longer amplified by that character's piercing. That character's resistance piercing, rather. And because of that, a lot of the time for us, Malediction would effectively deal very little damage because it would be blocked consistently. The Leviathan has high resistances at 50 to bleed, 30 to burn, and 30 to blight, if I recall correctly. And I only recall that correctly because I believe I got my ass handed to me for thinking that the bleed was lower than that. So I think I'm actually fine with that. Judgment is just nice to have our tool for our vessel to be able to influence, you know, damage. Although the vessel should definitely pick up another piece of kit here. Blinding. Ooh, blinding would be sick. Deathcap spores for light resistance removal, not important at all. Yeah, definitely the most impactful thing there is going to be the smoke bomb. And Ballard, I can't oh, Patch of Light, that's actually going to be pretty useful as well, just not in the next area. And Ballard, I can't imagine you have anything else that I really need to change for you. Wicked Slice for extra Deathblow resistance piercing? There's not that many positive tokens in that fight. Sure, I'm going to drop Highway Robbery for the Wicked Slice instead then. It's effectively like an open vein that I get to use. It also has significantly higher crit chance. Yeah. Open vein rolls against bleed, which I am not great at doing to this enemy, what with the whole 50% bleed resist I mentioned earlier. I think I'm well prepared for this, but I still have this internal resistance in my body to ever saying that I'm well prepared for something because of the last couple of episodes. I think I correctly judged the changes I needed to make.
An inglorious heap of rotting timbers.
Which is to say, I decided that Corpse Light lowering our max HP meant that I couldn't take any paths that also lowered the max HP of our characters. I feel like that's, you know, proving itself to be reasonably accurate. Love it. Get got. Definitely time to start with a chaotic offering there. Ooh, days. Don't like that. Speaking of days. Courtesy of the head injury. With a lot. Hey boy. Yeah, let's go Consecration of Fortitude on the front line. And that doesn't. No, that does remove the giant bleed that Willow just got. Great. Then I can start collecting my own bleed on Victor. Definitely feel like rolling Defender on one of my characters seems appropriate here. Rolling it on the second position. Because I don't think the Cabin Boys consistently can hit our back line. Take aim. I can remove my blindness as well as gain crit token. And speed and dodge. Very happy about that.
Cooperation is the key.
Feel like it's beyond time to bolster. I should definitely do that. Consecration of Light, and hey, that will actually still activate this turn. Love to see it. Wait, can you stop stressing him out? Please. Bleed. Oh my god, 14 damage on a single unit there. That was pretty ridiculous. So, a lot of them are already dead. There we go. Oh, not that one. Never mind, that one as well. Reverberating Redoubt gets them. Yes, unfortunately there's no way to get around to Victor's next turn for another Bellow. A little bit more stress removal. Yep, I'm gonna go Chaotic Offering again. Ah, another Daze! Why is it always Daze? Classic Advance. Hullbreaker with the Block Plus token gets taken down from a 26 to a 6. 23 to a 6, sorry. It doesn't feel right to use... Well, actually, Bolster does give me a Block Plus token. Never mind, it feels right to use Bolster. We remove our own weakness, and get a Block Plus token, and remove 2 stress, and this is the extra important part, we get to remove the... Or we get to have a lower cooldown until the next time we can activate it. I haven't put down any consecrations yet, have I? I really want to use Divine Comfort here.
Agony by accumulation.
But these guys are getting a bunch of tokens? I don't really think I can slam my foot on the brakes at the moment. Not in position to use Double Cross. Oh boy. I can try and remove the token on the Fishmonger. There goes your Block Plus. T-Bone strikes our backline for a full crit, and that is a lot of stress. Lens comes out again, gets dodged. We respond with a riposte. Oh no! What?
They have given their last.
So Docker used Make Way and crit with plus 40% damage as well. Good God. I'm really out of position, but I can use a advance next turn in order to reposition Abattoth. Divine Comfort is a good way to prevent any of the DOTs from getting Deathblow triggers, so I'll use that first. I can use Burning Stars from this position. The only problem is I'm blinded at the moment, so it's only a 50% chance to even hit. But it doesn't make sense not to take the risk. Oh boy, okay. Unfortunately, my position is actually immobilized as well, which means I'm not gonna be capable of... Oh wow, I'm not actually even gonna be capable of taking a unit out.
Victory supposes strategy. Press on.
There's the debone and the reverberating redoubt for the kill. Let's put Willow back in position too.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Unfortunately, the relationships are getting a lot worse right now, but if that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Let's get 4 stress off of the team, as well as a Block Plus token. Thankfully, the enemies were stunned for what they did to me last round, which, like, much appreciated. Kind of desperately needed that. Divine Grace has a cooldown of 2, so if I have the ability to use that right now, without even using any of my conviction tokens, I think I just have to.
Stupendous.
I'll break it down from 30 to 7.
Cooperation is the key.
Let's stand fast for some more defensive tokens. Burning Stars the back line, critting and instantly killing the captain before they get an action this round. Some things can go our way, evidently. Consecration of Fortitude. By the end of the next round, I'll have access to the Deadlight again. I really wanted to land that crit. Here's a bolster for more stress off of the party. So we've recovered from, you know, the earlier part of the fight reasonably well. Oh man, I really wish I didn't just use all of my... double cross, give block to the self as well as vulnerability to the target, but I have a crit token. Let me crit him for damage. Finding Shadows crits, and we advance. Divine Grace does have an available target with low enough HP, and that's a perfect relationship. Hell yeah. Love to see those. Courageous Abandon. I have 2 Block Plus tokens and 3 block tokens. Unfortunately, I don't think this counts the amount of tokens for the sake of its effect. I think it only counts that you have tokens. I'm gonna roll Defender on the second line here because, yeah, because of that. Because of exactly that.
An interminable conflict.
Love getting him down to death's door. I'd love to kill one day.
All problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
Start of this fight's gonna be a toughie. Combat items increase their stacking. Whiskey barrel, icebox, blueprint tube, some healing salves. So realistically, the reward from this is the Fisherman's Line. Apply on hit if the Fisherman's Net is equipped. Maybe eventually, but not at the moment. 15% chance stun, and if a serrated item is equipped, which the Fisherman's Net, I think, is, a third chance to give 3 bleed. There's also Carved Bodkin. At turn start, if you are bleeding, 20% chance to gain an extra action, and -2 to bleed received. Unfortunately, clearing out the lair is what gives us the mastery.
They must be made to see that their monstrous god is mortal.
They breathed at us, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't expect to be breathed on. Let's advance.
Stroke.
Rise of the Storm comes out on our front and back line. Which means these positions will be targeted. I'm gonna stand fast in anticipation of that. And Leviathan...
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
It doesn't look like you cause bleed. So I'm gonna start with a Chaotic Offering here. I'll blind you. Oh, thank heck. 2 blind tokens dropped. And I want to use Divine Grace on myself and then Divine Comfort. The only problem is I know that the Consecrations are going to be really good over the course of this fight. It's just... I can't lose a character. That's really bad over the course of this fight. Oh god, don't immediately take... Thank you. That token could have been directed elsewhere and caused huge issues. Love to be missed. Leviathan's Hand is going to go next. Burning Stars is not even going to be enough to guarantee a kill on Leviathan's Hand, so I probably shouldn't even do that. Realistically, I should probably just strike it with a knife. Batter. Love it. Very easy to ignore the output of that. I want to use Defender on the second line here, because otherwise it's possible for the hand to just undertow Victor. Sorry, undertow Victor. Undertow... Willow? Divine Comfort. Thank you. There's a batter on the back line. Undertow fails again, because it has to. I find murdering that hand. Leaves me with uncheck power. Minimum damage, 18 to 27, rolls 18. Oh, you could have 3 blind tokens on you. I know numbers. 1? So on? Okay, never mind. You can only have 2 blind tokens on you at the same time. I thought characters could stack up until 3 tokens, but never mind. Willow can remove their burn with the Consecration of Fortitude expended on our front line. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to do here, especially considering it's still going to be activated before the end of the round. There's a Tadal Surge. Breath of the Sea, these are the debuffs. I was really hoping to resist some of them. Alas. Open Vein to attempt to bleed the character. Still high bleed resist. I don't think about that. I don't think that's a great idea for me. I want to use Duelist's Advance. Set up some more riposte. Oh no, unfortunately. That did make our frontliner incapable of moving out of that position. That's going to mean I need to redirect my Defender token to them, which actually invalidates a lot of the riposte tokens I just picked up there. Oops. I was really hoping to follow up here with just the Blinding Shadows on the enemy. Oh, I guess I can still do it. Oh. Big Divine Grace heal, Deep Rising. Unfortunately, Undertow early in the next round will screw us. Oh, that gets redirected. Woo! Thankfully, that's the only time they thought of hitting that target. Do I have Rampart activated at the moment? I do not have Rampart activated at the moment, so Willow would like to move backwards if possible. I'm going to give a damage token to Willow with stimulants in order to affect a burning stars against the enemy backline. I suspect the best thing I can do is start whapping away at that hand. Burning stars can't be used from this position. Interesting. I'm comfortable using that as my reasoning to completely invert the...
Steady yourself.
Consecration of Light in the second position. So glad they just keep targeting the Man-at-Arms relentlessly. There's a bolster for 4 stress off the party. So good. Optimal targeting. Ah! Oh wait, it get redirected, of course! Whoa! Everything's Millhouse. And the Burning Stars has a crit token. Get him! Get him! 41 damage to the Leviathan. I should probably take out the hand at this point, considering I'm no longer guarded. That said, being able to take that out there at that time is pretty ideal.
Knows what lurks in the beyond.
And now it's time to get another defender token out. I would love to move, but I can't do both of them. Combo sack stab for some stress heal, as well as a positive relationship between our team members. Love it. I kind of want to take aim from this position because I am blinded, but this would give me a guaranteed crit for the next round. Also extra speed and a dodge token. Let's go with Divine Grace on the self. And crit for 25 total. Hell yeah! Oh, gotta love a bolster for 4 stress off the party as well. Deep Rising brings the hand back. The hand poses no threat to us. The only characters it can hit don't care. I'm gonna use stimulants to give another damage token to our occultist, who is then going to use it to cast Burning Stars on the Leviathan. 26 damage, take him down to death's door.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
No, I missed my crush. That'll do it though. Was it the cleanest Leviathan fight of all time? No.
The past is gone. Let it die.
But was it the most rewarding Leviathan fight of all time? Also no. But was it a Leviathan fight that we did and survived? Yes. Yes, it's those. Alembic and Retort is going to get discarded, so is the Tinker's Bench, so is the Blueprint Tube, so is the Icebox. I really want to get rid of the Jealous Whisper. Okay. A lot of people exhausted all their combat items there. Love to see it. Let's go. Healing salve. Do I? I do have anti-venom. Anti-venom. Healing. Do I need another healing salve? What's my torch like? Okay, healing salve. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then with all of those, what about these bodkins? What do I want to do with them? Yeah, if bleeding, take an extra turn, but also receive less bleed. How about that? Abba? Might help you. Probably won't, but might. Clenching claws. So there is a serrated item, but I don't really think that justifies just putting on the fisherman's line for the sake of it, especially against the rat skull. I don't think fisherman's line really makes sense for any of our characters at this point in time. Yeah, not without both of those lines activated, I think. Does it really make any sense?
Simple choice. At least it should be.
Yeah, I want another road fight. I want an opportunity to get some more healing.
A hasty and reckless thing indeed.
Oh, we got a field hospital! Yeah! With an upcoming field hospital, I'm going to be capable of removing the diseases that my party has built up. Let's take care of the unit with the ordained buff as soon as we can. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. Oops. Stand fast then. It seems like a primary opportunity for a second turn Anesis. Head in the sand has blinded us, unfortunately. I'm going to use anti-venom to remove that. And then I want Divine Comfort to be cast. But I also want to use Divine Grace. I want to use Divine Grace first, because I suspect it's possible I don't end up with the ability to even use Divine Comfort if I use it in the other order. Oh, got a crit token. We've got a hot, fresh crit token for you. This Lost Soul in the front line dies in a single action. That said, Willow is going to do an AoE, so I can instead strike the second, setting up for Amnesis. I'm blinded.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's one of the things I want to remove when I get to the doctor. I'm gonna roll Defender on position 2. There's some extra health there. Let's also deblight our frontliner and drop the Divine Comfort. Okay, this should be good. I can use the Sack Stab to get a final unchecked power. And now next turn, I will be ready to nuke someone from orbit. Can use the Defender quickly there for extra health. Consecration of Fortitude in advance. I could judge the back line. I just don't see how that would especially help us. It sets up a character with no weakness for the future. Ballard. Ballard has no stress at the moment. So we'll just use the Burning Stars there. Finish out that fight. Seems good.
Unexpected find.
Ugh. Unexpected find. A stone that you don't care about. Throw it into the abyss. And move onwards. Upcoming field hospital is going to save our life and also free up a bunch of slots for us. With all the money I spend. Let's get rid of Victor's creeping cough and the negative 20% damage as well as the oozes on Ballard.
The treatment is harsh, but undeniably effective.
Gotta get rid of head in the sand. I mean, admittedly, I don't like having head injury on Victor, but Victor is also very slow and is often the end of the first round anyway, so head injury isn't really changing that much. Whereas, where are we? Yeah, Resolute is preventing the interaction with the whiskey barrel for trying to fix some of the party stuff. And it's preventing a lot of ways of trying to give Ballard better relationships with other people. You know, if Ballard just drank, they'd be a lot more fun. I heard that many, many times until I relented eventually. They didn't say Ballard, they said Ryan at the time. Greater Clotting Craw. I mean, just because it only costs 2, it feels too effective not to purchase. Yeah, no chance to bleed, and also, if you're bleeding, ... Doesn't seem an especially great combo there. Extra healing received from skills on Willow. I mean, I'm not using the Shimmering Crown right now, I may as well rotate that. Admittedly, I don't really want to change anything else here. I could get some holy water in anticipation of the end. But I don't really want to be holding things for future interactions. Guess I'll get one. I was kind of hoping to get more, but then I realized I don't have the money for it. Oops. Okay, how's our torch going? Considering where we are, fine? I'm thinking maybe I just want to drop the Jealous Whisper. Yeah, it's really hard to justify that. And I want to have some open inventory slots.
They prostrated themselves before the primogenial power of the obelisks, and were rewarded for their supplication.
There's the chalk dust, and in the oasis, Victor says, "Our time to give these own bolds a shock," and Willow only fools waste water would give us some torch, as well as some de-stress, as well as probably 1 mineral water, maybe? You know, Victor? Take a bath. I still get a... yeah, there we go, a mineral-rich spring water as a drop. I'm gonna drop that into Abba's inventory. I'm gonna drop chalk dust as well.
Is it not?
Yeah, I'd prefer a road fight, so we'll take the right side. So glad to have those diseases and quirks cleared up. Huge weight off of my shoulders there. Do I want Bellow back? Yes.
procrastination of the inevitable is futility itself.
And will I want highway robbery back? Over Wicked Slice? I suspect so. Wait, is this another oasis? Wait. We've time for a short prayer. Sit with me by the water, says Amber.
An unexpected find.
And claims a whole mess of mineral-rich spring water as a result. My god. Pouch of lye for clearing all corpses, which is not bad. Legitimately quite not bad, to the point that I think I might want to substitute it in for one of our healing salves. I could drop some stale bread. I'm not going to be happy about it because I do want to feed everyone consistently. I could drop torches, but I don't want to do that because that's what all these runs are about. I mean, burn salve and ablated powders are the least likely to be utilized. Feel like that's a reasonable direction to take. Alright, and mastery from this road fight. Come on. I know you can do it. It's just two guys. Give me mastery.
A master stroke.
Well, that's where it starts. Maximum damage. Hell yeah. We actually did manage to prevent a unit from getting an action there. If I give Divine Comfort to the party, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up full health by the end of this encounter. Full health and low stress. Hell yeah. Finish him off. Also been getting a lot of positive relationship charges, so we have like people up near 20 and people down near 0. What? Smoldering firewood. If a flammable item is equipped, plus 25% damage on the Vestal, target illumination skill burns them for 2, and when hit, gain burn 15% of the time. What? I mean, number one, illumination is very specific. You would have to hold a flammable item as well? How does the Glimmer of Hope not count as a flammable item? I'm pretty sure it burns, that's the whole point of it. I mean, without a flammable item, I can't imagine wanting to utilize this in any fashion. With a flammable item, I can barely imagine wanting to utilize that in any fashion. It's nice when things are consistent, you know? Alright, who's the bravest? Oh, yikes. Victor, the only brave. I'm not running from fights, that's where the money is! Grinding spray with the barnacles that inflict bleed while moving, and did manage to inflict bleed because of the move there. Only to be expected. Roll a chaotic offering here. Getting ready to bleed everyone next round. Oh no. How dare you heave? How dare you ho? I suspect rotating... Oh my god. Abba doesn't have the ability to move back enough in order to actually get to the very back of the party anymore. Yikes. Okay, Consecration of Fortitude on the front line is then the next best move, I think. Push him, push him. Dang, that would have been good. I can still do, what, Burning Stars from the back line? If I wanted to try and just immediately take out the bosun. If I really wanted to, I could remove the weakness from Victor before their turn. I'm gonna do that. Bolster, remove weakness. Oh, and the boxing gloves give a strength token instead. Unfortunately, oh no wait, the Wharf Rat axe. That's good. So this bosun's gonna die. So Burning Stars on the second line bosun takes him out. It does extremely overkill them.
Development.
You bled the Vestal. Do I get an extra action? Keen to see. I think Divine Comfort's most appropriate here. Everyone's missing a little bit of HP, and no one's gonna miss a lot over the course of this fight. Okay, so I can get the Vestal to go further back again by advancing with the Duelist here.
The work continues.
There we go. Party positions rectified, and now our Riposte tank is up there.
Empowered, emboldened.
About to break. Remove weakness from the back line? I think not. Stand fast and be fine. None of these are especially helpful in any way. I'm just gonna bellow. See if I can stun the enemies. What? I couldn't stun them, but I did pick up Bloody Flux. Negative 10% to max HP and negative 25% healing received from skills. Damn it! Let's pop a Consecration of Light on Abba's space. Actually... yeah, might as well just take out the unit I can take out, right?
A master stroke.
Consecration of Light. Eventually I'm gonna have these consecrations upgraded, and that's gonna be really good. Oh, I got an extra action courtesy of the Bodkin. The Bodkin works. Only positive out of this is a heal that I can get. And now it's time for another Burning Stars. 18 to 27 damage, and it lands the 27.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
So I actually did have a dream about using Fishmonger's gloves with the Fisherman's net, with the Fisherman's line, because all of those together, Fisherman's line, it would be, on hit, 15% chance to stun, 33% chance to bleed for 3, 33% chance to bleed for 1, 33% bleed resistance piercing, and you'd also have a Fisherman's net. Kinda cool, right? Kinda cool. No? Okay, it's fine. I thought it was cool. I don't need to be aggressive about it. So I do have enough to activate the Shimmering Crown now with baubles in inventory above 100 for the negative 10 stress at the start of the fight. That said, it's also not relevant to us. I do like the idea of eventually running Fisherman's Line, Fisherman's Glove, and Fisherman's Net on Willow, because it means that the Amnesis, not only can that pierce the resistance, the bleeding resistance of the enemies, it also has the chance to bleed ridiculously. Effectively, it's like a 2-turn setup for what I was trying to do with magnesium on the Plague Doctor in the other run. Oh, that other run. I'm gonna drop Deathcap Spores despite knowing they're useful, because I think everything else here is more useful in a more obvious way. Oh, that was milk-soaked linen, yes, for removing blindness, very useful. Oh man. Oh man, oh bugger, oh howdy. I'm gonna get rid of the Soothing Poultice for burn resist until the next area.
The coach's plating is spent. We are exposed.
Ballard is auditioning for the Raconteurs, begging the craft to be steady as she goes. Desperate few. Can I just give you a bunch of stuff? Give us your relics and flee with your lives! Ooh. Willow. They may have traveled where my scrying cannot. Get 30 torch for that, as well as some scouting? Sure. Scouting was useless. Shouldn't have done that. Oh well. So I think all of our perfect relationships are now 16s to 18s, which is actually pretty good because it means my whiskey can still fix that. God, that's a lot of tokens. I love it when they have a lot of tokens. That's a good amount of tokens to have. I think I'm gonna try and redirect damage off of our backline, courtesy of there being 2 pillagers crack shot. Yeah. Just kill you on turn 1 immediately, prevent your damage. No way we're gonna be in this fight long enough for value from much else, so Divine Comfort comes out.
Well done.
Sick crit, bud. And that's our Blazing Stars setup if we end up getting into the next round. Seeing as Low Blow can't attack the backline, now it's time to redirect. Then Consecration of Light on that line. Excellent. Burning Stars. Oh, it's so
Take
good.
heart and do not relent.
Oh, it's so good. Two turns of setup, and each of those turns was killing one of the other characters on board. Alright, Oblivion. What have you got to say about this? I'm gonna very quickly make sure of something, and that is that at least one of our characters is holding... There we go, Pouch of Lie. Otherwise, I would have wanted access to Demon's Pool to be tagged in. The Deacon's flesh is warped, and melee skills will deal less damage to them now. Altar of Cowardice, so we're getting knockbacks when we are hit by the enemy. Sorry, when we hit the enemy, rather. Which means, like, if I bellow, I'm pretty... Am I certain? I'm pretty likely, definitely, at least, to get knocked back. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna use Bolster for the Block Plus token as well as the removal of weakness on Willow, because I would really like Willow to use the stars, the Blazing Star, to take out the altar, because the altar has multiple different block tokens on them and the Blazing Star ignores that. And removing that weakness now allows me to set up a Consecration of Light, and that'll activate this round as well.
Anxiety foments insidious fears.
There we go. Chaotic Offering, and I'll be ready to do it next turn. Can't knock me back, even. I'm immobilized. Consecration of Fortitude. Yes, I'll be in this fight long enough for that to justify itself, and also it's just about to activate. Love it. I also think I still want to pass Defender backwards. A couple more tokens that way. Alright. So Burning Stars hits for 18 to 27 and ignores block. Hits for exact damage, taking out the altar. Love it. I don't know if there's any more developments, or any developments more promising than that, is what I meant to say. Ooh, you crit healed him, how dare you? I'm gonna take aim. Deacon acts next. Can't shake the feeling. I think Bolster to remove the weakness from Abba. And now if I use Judgment on the Herald, I'm guaranteed my kill. Cool. Just you and I, Deaky boy. Ooh. Absolutely. I'll use a Duelist's Advance. And that... Actually, range skills, less damage. So I could deal less damage with the Burning Stars this turn, or I could use Binding Shadows, dealing basically as much damage, and put myself in a better position to use the Blazing next turn. That's significantly better for us. Here, I think I just want to continue defending against the worst outcome of Sundering Steel. I don't want either of my frontliners just suddenly hit to 0 HP. I can bolster next turn, so I don't want to use a Mineral-Rich Springwater yet. I'll just use Divine Comfort instead. I guess one of them's an item, one of them's a skill. They weren't in competition with one another, rather. Big bleed. And welcome to Death's Door. I'm going to rely on the possibility that the enemy dies to their DOT here, because it leads to the best case outcome of 2 stress reduction before the end of the fight, but also the worst case outcome was that it does another attack, and none of the attacks were really that threatening to us. Misstep. Oof. If a stained item is equipped, plus 75% max HP, negative 50% damage. Is that the inert Indicia? No, it's not. It's the Icon of the Light. Icon of the Light, if in rank 4, +2 to regen del, and on target with consecration skills, -1 stress. Melee skills lose damage. Whatever. Holy hell, that is the best trinket. I'm so glad to find it in a Vestal run where I can actually utilize it. You get rid of the Unwavering Standard. I really can't see myself using the Smoldering Firewood. That leaves us with our slot, and that's all I needed. One open slot.
These warm candlelit windows promise refuge.
Get a Whittling tool for some lower stress on a character. Excellent.
Rest now for a time.
Alright, Ballard. You're light sensitive. Oof. Highlight causes you to be double weak at the start of combat. Abra is also a kleptomaniac. Willow is selfish. Victor is an occultomaniac. Yeah. We did Spelunk for the +1 mastery. And sorry. That is the original +1 mastery. Oh my gosh. Well. Looking down mastery, we did pick up 5.
When survival demands it.
I know one of them needs to be Bellow for the sake of removing crit tokens from targets.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning.
The trinket.
Indeed, it ever did.
The trinket for +10% crit to a character costs 3 baubles to buy. Ridiculous. Songbooks of Touching Dirges. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited about a lot of this stuff, but I think I'm gonna take the, Roaring Half. Stay a while and listen. +20% to positive relationship chances and -20% to negative relationship chances this in. That's great. I think I will leave my preparation for the next zone to the next episode, just because this episode's a little long in the tooth, and that one is going to have its single zone, so.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
Extra movement resist and keep the torch high in order to get another mastery. I'm probably going to end up going to the Fator. I also have, if I recall correctly, a Fator Scrounger. Which, hang on, why did the Fator Scrounger activate in the non-Fator? Strange. Alas, we'll deal with this in the next episode, but until then, my name's Rhapsody. Name of the game? It's been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content, the Game Pass, and the YouTube recommendation is down below Stream Pass. On the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody Plays out above the thanked in. A special thanks this episode to Rawsome. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.